Okay. Now, how do I share my... How do I share... Ba, 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 ba. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. How do I do the I'm going live on Twitch thing? How do I do that? Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba. There we go. That's the link. There we go. Copy that. And go to... Bum, bum. Hello there. We are getting ready. Hello there, angel from my nightmare. I'm not gonna sing. Don't sing. That's probably a bad idea. Okay. Let's switch over to the game. Hello. Today we are going to be beating all of Wizard City. With the locomotion. Finally, we have found one. Yes. Ooh. What manner of wizard they might become? A little coward who hides behind a steam golem thing. Perhaps we should consult the Book of Secrets. I'm gonna take the test in the way I believe the locomotion summoner will do it. You want me to be a girl? Probably gonna be a girl. That's fair. Be part of a winning team. Sandstorm. I like all of my classes. Morning. Cooperating. Which one of these is the balance option? I think, Serpent? Citrine. Hey, there we go. Balance. Okay, now we know what we are. What do you look like? So, viewers, chatters, people lurking in my screen, are we a boy or a girl? We're a girl. We will be girl. I don't know, that just seems to fit. Obviously, we're gonna go into some customization. I'm gonna choose the Raven Eye, just because I like the Raven Eye. Don't judge me for it. I like the Raven Eye. So we're gonna choose that orange hair. Eye options. Let's see, what eye do I like? I like that eye. That's a good eye. Eye colors. Boop. Totally not recreating the same character I've made 1,000 times over. What? Of course not. Where is the... There we go. Map options. Do we got an orange option? We got red. Okay, red it is. Noses. I like this nose. That's my favorite nose. Skin tones. There. That one? That one. That looks slightly suntanned. Face paint. I don't know why it's considered face paint when it's freckles. Glasses. Okay, here we have to make the biggest decision. Do we or do we not wear glasses? Do we wear glasses or do we not? Do we wear glasses or do we not? I wonder what I will choose. I think I'm not gonna wear glasses. Unless the two viewers in the chat would prefer otherwise. Would we prefer glasses or no glasses? You have till the count. Actually, due to stream delay, that's probably not the best idea. I'm just gonna go with no glasses. My character, I get to do what I want. Hat colors, we've got a very strict color theme we have to go on. Orange base, yellow trim, because that's the Sun School colors, and we're Sun School wizards, obviously. And here we have our character. We will likely change our name when that comes in the live update with all the new names. But first, what are we going to name ourselves? I think I am going to... Are we a Rebecca? I think we might be a Rebecca, but I don't know. We're Sabrina. Just looking through the names. Victoria. Destiny. I like Destiny. Destiny, Dawn. Destiny, Dawn. Destiny, Dawn brand? Destiny. Destiny Daybright? Ooh. I like friend. It really goes into the theme. So we will be... Should we be Iridian? No, too many people are Iridian. I really want a name I feel fits with the vibe of the character. Allura Dawnfriend. That's our name. We will be Allura Dawnfriend. Allura Dawnfriend. I'm not gonna name it after Madison, cause she will murder me. Allura Dawnfriend. Boop, 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 boop. You will... You think you can protect me? Madison is stronger than you, I think. Try to move around. Wait, did I miss the opportunity to skip the tutorial? There we go. Skip tutorial. Can't be casting no no damaging spells in the tutorial would make me damage somebody. Hello, Merle Ambrose. Welcome to Ravenwood Academy, Allura. Normally, this is where you'd be enrolled and sent to your classes. Okay.
There's some kind of supernatural incursion in Unicorn Way that must be dealt with immediately.
Just Unicorn Way? Just Unicorn Way. Really? If it's just Unicorn Way, we're fine. Unicorn Way could fall. I've demonstrated zero potential. I've just got here. I've just got here, Merle. What potential do I have? I have zero potential. Time is of the essence, so I'll teleport you there directly. Well, you see, I appreciate you teleporting me there directly, but we've got to grab something before we can do anything. So, as much as I'd love to go talk to Private Connolly, time to book it to the dorm on foot. Time to book it to the dorm on foot. We running. We've done 0 quests so far. Are we already level 2, I wonder? We're level 1. Should we? Okay. Big question on the... I regretted running through the commons. Big question. Let's go Sunbird. I like Sunbird. Big question on the how frail are we? Are we level locking? Are we level locking, gang? Is it just gonna be is it just gonna be level 1 and the only thing we can rely on is the minion? No. Or do we get our balance spells? We're not gonna be attacking. We're not gonna be dealing any damage. The only damage that can be dealt is the minion. But do we level lock just to make us more frail and more useless without the minion? Do we do it, folks? Do we do it, folks? What do we think? I'm not gonna do it. I have decided myself. We are not gonna level lock. Ah, yes, the dorm. Go to the bank, go to the shared bank. Oh, we have some very specific items we've come here for. We have come here for this. The Arcane Engineer cap. The Arcane Engineer coveralls. The Arcane Engineer boots. The Arcane Whistle staff. And where is the boy? Where's Regal Sunny? And Regal Sunny. And our... just a mount. Good fitting mount. Jeweled wings. So let's equip that gear. One to the 7 schools? No way. And Regal Sunny. Now we go into our spell deck. Let's get rid of those scarabs. They're not welcome here. Let's get rid of those, get rid of that. We only need one buff minion, probably. Do we need Guiding Light? Nah. Mend minion, probably not needed in Wizard City. And that's what we're gonna... That's our deck. We have the Summon Locomotion. We have the Conductor's Whistle. We have Shield Minion. We have Buff Minion. We have 2 Tower Shields. We could speed things up if I went to another character and grabbed Steel Pip, which I think I am going to do. Give me just a moment. Give me just the quickest of moments. I'm going to another character and grabbing some Steel Pip spell elements, just 4, so I can unlock it. Unlocking that Steel Pip will expedite the process of completing the game to the nth degree. It is, I would say it's crucial. Now, I'm crazy, but I would say it's crucial. So, I have switched characters and switched back. We now are grabbing into a shared bank over to Spellements. We're grabbing ourselves 4 Steel Pip Spellements. Let us go to our deck. Steel Pip. What do I... And level 5 plus. So we'll be waiting until level 5 to unlock Steel Pip. But we have that ready. And now, let's head out into the great wide world. Let's make sure we're still... Yeah. Equip the mount I grabbed. We're heading out to the great wide world. Time to beat up. Oh, grab some mana while we're here, because apparently we're out of mana. Set bonuses just boost our stats at the beginning, so we're gonna be healthy at the beginning, but that's gonna really go downhill. I love how they're like, oh gee, we wonder who's responsible for all this, and these obvious Rattlebones flags are everywhere. They're just everywhere. Like, who does this thing? So we got Private Connolly, my man. Private Connolly. What's that? I don't care what you have to say. Defeat Lost Soul in Unicorn Way. Let's go. Let's go punch a ghost. But not really punch a ghost, because we can't. Opening Gambit. Tower Shield. First move of the game. First spell cast will dictate your entire playthrough. And for us, the first spell we cast is Tower Shield. Let's grab some will cast Solar Aegis and pass. This will make us functionally immortal in this fight, because 300 health is a whole lot. I think I'm going to use the shield sparingly. At least in Wizard City, I'm going to use the shield sparingly. In Croc, it becomes more crucial. And let's summon the man! Let's summon the goon! Here he is! Here is the man, the myth, the legend, the locomotion. Locomotion? Locomotion? Who knows how that's pronounced? But let's tower shield ourselves again. We don't have a lot of spells. It will be a lot of passing until we get Steel Pip. An awful lot of passing. Because building up for locomotions to hit is the longest, most arduous process in the world. We go. We go. We are going. We have gone. Conductor's whistle. The crux of combat. Conductor's whistle. 'Cause he doesn't hit without it. This man just is immortal. The golem is immortal. The locomotion is immortal. Us over here, we're just like, we're gonna hide behind him. So let's give him a blade. Let's give him a blade, everybody. The locomotion. This is the longest starting Lost Soul fight I can picture. It's ridiculous. And this is going to be every fight for a while. This is going to be it. We're going to be hitting nothing and waiting for the locomotion to be able to hit. It's hitting! It's hitting! My gosh. Golly gee gosharoo. It's hitting. At last, our first lost soul. The first victim claimed by the locomotion. Well, that was a lot of damage. Some might call it overkill. I personally call it the bare minimum. Let's fight another lost soul. Fighting lost souls. Fighting lost souls. It's a doozy. It's a puzzle. I wish I had more zero pip spells. But the problem with that is the locomotion. I don't know where I was going with that song. It was ridiculous. I am ridiculous. And that's what I love about myself. I am just Mr. Man Comedy. Mr. Man Comedy is I. Finally, we may summon the locomotion. The locomotion? Nope, locomotion. Locomotion would have that A replaced with an O, but it doesn't, so it's a locomotion. My gosh! Locomotion. Locomotion? Nope, locomotion. Like, I think it's supposed to be a play on automaton, which, you know, would make sense, because it's a robot, and also locomotive, because it's from the Arcane Express bundle, it's a train golem thing. What I don't get is the Sun School theming. I think it might just be so it can't be counterspelled. Can't be, stuff like that. That's what I think. But I am uncertain. What are we casting? We're not casting anything, because we don't need to. Save your spells, people. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Ba-ba-bum. Conductor's whistle! Let's go! The locomotion. So, this is going to be a long process. Just so we're clear. This is going to be a very long process. It's going to be... essentially... it's going to be a series of waiting for the locomotion to hit and buffing the locomotion. It's what it is. By definition, we are cowardly and cannot attack, and are likely prone to just sort of stand behind our minion. I might get some pacify spells when we unlock Nightside, so that we can be less of a target sooner, but depending on how much those pacify spells cost in pips, it might be a no, because we need every pip we get, because one, the locomotion, in order to be summoned, needs 3 pips. Beaten by a mere student wizard? Come on, souls, let's get lost somewhere safer. Anywhere is safer than here, supposedly. And there's our first quest. Let's turn the tide. We'll follow your lead and start pushing those ghostly... Sure you will. We've got to find out what's behind this. I don't care. I just want to get this done with. Hello, Saren. Hello, I don't care. We are... Am I picking up this quest? Sure, I am picking up this quest. More XP gets us levels up faster. Let's go. Beat up skeletal pirates. Oh golly gee gosh, this sure will be fun. Skeletal pirates? Oh my! How dangerous, how dastardly, how rascally and rapscallion-y. Let us tower shield ourselves. Because that's how it goes. We cast a tower shield. We get hit. We cast another tower shield. We get hit again, probably. And then we're out of tower shields. But when we put the locomotion into the picture, we're still going to be a big old target. Because locomotion doesn't draw aggro until it hits, which is ridiculous. But, locomotion, I call upon you. Come forth and crush this insignificant skeletal pirate with the power of the sun. We're gonna pass. A lot of passing. There's gonna be an awful lot of passing, and I hate it. Just want to clarify something real quick. I've tested this run on another character. I know you can at least get to Marleybone just using the locomotion. I do intend to go further, and I'm gonna do this run until I get bored of it. I'm planning on doing a world or major section of a world per stream, since Wizard City is relatively short and I can probably get through it in one night. That's what I'm gonna do. If need be, I will not go through it in one night, and that'll be the problem it poses itself to be, because problems. And the Locomoton hits. Does the Locomoton have full power pips? How the living... You know what? Better for me not to question it. Better for me not to question it and just be glad we were blessed with a gift. We've defeated our third enemy. Let's defeat another skeletal pirate, because we have to defeat 2 of them. Fun fact about a lot of sun spells in Wizard101 is there's actually a lot more of them than you think there are. An often overlooked and pretty useless spell called Cloak technically converts any blade, shield, trap, or weakness you cast it on into a Sun School spell. So, if you want to do a Sun School run or build, the way to do it is on balance, I'd say. A way you can support people with your sun spells. Fling around a bunch of cloaked versions of things. It's fun and harmless. Unless you're doing it the way I am. In which case, it'll take forever. But, you know, Locomoton gonna locomote. Locomoton. Locomoton? How should I pronounce that? I do not know. We go in, we go in, we go in. We go in, we go in, we go in. I'm also not gonna make this permadeath, although I could. That would be funny. But I probably won't make it permadeath, because it's already gonna take forever using the Locomoton to do everything. Because instead of being like a 4-pip AoE hit, it's a 9-turn cycle. We can shave that down to a 7-turn cycle once we get to level 10. We can shave it to a 8-turn cycle at level 5 when we get Steel Pip. So we get Steel Pip at level 5. We unlock it, and then we can cut down the amount of time it takes to summon the Locomoton. Then, at level 10, I have a piece of gear stashed aside that will give us Bestow, which is a 0-pip, gain 1-pip spell from the Druid's Horde Pack gear. And that Bestow will also cut us down some time. And it's just a lot that you have to take into account with this. And another thing is the locomotion has a weird pip-based system to depend on what spells it casts, instead of like a standard AI. Now we have to talk to Saren Nightchant again. Let's go talk to Saren Nightchant. And by talk, I mean skip through all his dialogue. Let's go talk to Lady Oriel in the hedge maze. Let's go talk to Lady Oriel in the hedge maze. If I'm not doing the absolute optimal route, I'm sorry. I do want to bring up I am not a speedrunner, nor will I ever speedrun. I might speedrun Wizard City? Maybe. But I don't think I will. Although I guess you could consider this a speedrun. The locomotion percent, I guess. Locomotion Wizard City percent. Let's call this that. Let's submit it to the speedrun leaderboards, I guess. It's probably gonna get rejected. People are gonna be like, what? Locomotion percent? I don't know. It'd be nice to have a world record in something. Someone would probably beat me in it, though. I completely flew past the bone cage, because I have low intelligence. Or intellect, if we're using Wizard101's stat array. Use bone cage. Use bone cage. Use bone cage! And now we need to fight 2 dark fairies, which is gonna take forever. First things first, let us tower shield. We got anyone in chat? We got anyone in chat? No? Okay. Boom. Summon the locomotion. Should we name the locomotion? Should we give it like a cute, clever nickname? I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing. Should I also be streaming to YouTube? That might be a good idea. But I've already started streaming on Twitch. So I guess I missed that opportunity. Shield the minion. 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 Locomotion. Locomotion. I do this thing in my free time, where I will make gear sets that I imagine being in Wizard101. Sometimes it's whole sets, sometimes it's just a single item. Oftentimes said gear and items comes with unique spells I thought up. And recently, I thought up a cool new gear item spell thing called Martyr's... I think I called it Martyr's Retribution or Martyr's Retort? Martyr's Reprisal is what I called it. It is... You get one card of it from the set of gear it comes with. It's self-only. And what it does is it gives Afterlife 85% protected universal trap to all enemies. So if you're not familiar with what an Afterlife effect is, it's like when I die, something happens. I'm sorry, not die, not death isn't a thing. When I get knocked out, when the enemies reduce me to 0 HP, this thing happens. That's what an Afterlife effect is. Afterlife effects are most frequently used in spells for, like, revive effects. Like, Malistaire has Afterlife, I get all my health back, and polymorph myself. It's sort of like that. But this spell is Afterlife plus 85% protected universal trap on all enemies. So, the whole premise of that spell, and then the set I designed around that spell, is martyrdom. Like, I shall fall on this sword so that you don't have to, or remember me sort of stuff. So as such, I designed a set of gear around it. This spell, this martyrdom spell, was a Sun School spell, and as such, I made Sun School versions of some pretty prominent death spells that factor into the theme. So I proceeded to make a version of Bad Juju I called Martyr's Defiance, which is essentially Bad Juju, just instead of moon damage, it does sun damage. And it's also a Sun School spell. And then I also made Martyr's Resolve, which is essentially Dark Pact, but again, Sun School, and it does Sun School damage instead of moon damage. Then there's this cool feature I made, where each of these 3 items, so the robe gives the Afterlife effect spell, the hat gives the Dark Pact-like spell, and the boots give the Bad Juju-like spell, and in addition, they each give 1 copy of a Sun School version of the spell, Sacrifice, which is a good sort of thing, I think. It's fun theming. And then the gear stats, it gives no HP, it gives no resist. You are a martyr in this. It is... You are fragile, you are frail, you are weak, and you're gonna die. It's sort of how the whole function of this set works. But it also has some of the highest universal damage in the game. Universal damage, universal pierce, outgoing healing are the 3 focus stats of the Martyr set. And I also gave it a set bonus, where if you're wearing all 3 pieces of the set, you gain 1 pip whenever you take enough damage to equate to 20th of your health. Some people have brought up to me, 20th is maybe a lot of damage, not a 20th. 20%. Actually, that might be a 20th. I don't know. But 20% of your health. And some people have brought it up to me that maybe 20% of your health in a single hit to trigger the gain 1 pip thing is a bit unfair. So I boosted it to 15%. And it's a good set, I'd say. I'd love it in the game. But knowing the dark theme the set focuses on, likely it wouldn't be something KI would ever consider. Another set I made that I just put a lot of effort into was the set that I call the Dusk's Precipice set. And Dusk's Precipice set was, like, my magnum opus a while back. I'm going completely the wrong way. I put a lot of effort into it, put the extent of my photo editing skills into making something that felt legitimate, looked legitimate. I came this close to hiring an artist to make what felt like a official Wizard101 prepaid bundle card design for the set. Didn't go that far, though. And the set just sort of is... It just exists in my friend's Discord server, and my guild's Discord server. Just sort of exists out there in the aether. I'm thinking I'm going to post it to Reddit, because people on Reddit might like that. Might also show it on stream here. I also do want to say I'm going to be posting a VOD of this stream to YouTube, because I can, and Twitch deletes VODs after a while. So that's a thought, a thing I'm gonna do. So if you missed this stream and you're watching the VOD of it on YouTube, hi! We're beating the whole of Wizard City with a locomotion. It's not going to be very fun. Promise that. Let's go talk to the people over here. Hi there. Thank you. Hi there. We got a flawed opal band. Let's equip that. Cool. Now let's go search for Rattlebones. First boss fight! First boss fight! Let's go! We're gonna take on Rattlebones and do absolutely nothing while the locomotion does all the work. Because that's how these things work. It's just how it is. I mean, what sort of wizard casts spells at the enemy? I can't be reading that right. Does damage? I thought we were pacifists. No, I just have sort of minion guy, the locomotion. Back to the thing I was talking about earlier, the Dusk's Precipice set. The principle for the set was, I like having a lot of Sun School themed characters like this one here, and I also have a lot of Shadow School themed characters. I was like, what would happen if I were to unite Shadow School and Sun School into a single gear set? And, like, make it a bundle. So I came up with the Chrysalis Sunset bundle in my brain. And it was good. I liked it, personally. Haven't shown it to many people. So, it was on tier with, like, Dragoon gear, but universal. And that universal damage was kind of half. All the universal stats were half. Had the other half in shadow stats. Another unique trait the set had was a boost to incoming sun damage. Just because I felt like I wanted to have that in the set. And it gave a lot of unique spells. One of the spells it gave was a Shadow School enchantment called In Shadow. And the premise of the Shadow School enchantment was you cast it on a spell, and it's like you elucidate and simplify. It can work on any spell. You can enchant any spell with it. And what it does is it changes the school's casting animation and all instances of school typing to shadow. So, like, say you were casting a Fire Cat. it would still technically be a fire spell and still take fire pips. But when you cast it, it would look as though you're casting a shadow spell, and the damage it would deal would be shadow. Functioning kind of similarly to a mutate spell or cloak. And that was one spell given by the hat, and the other spell given by the hat was Shadow Prism. It's like a normal prism. It converted shadow damage into sun damage. That was the cool idea there. That was the hat. The boots gave a spell I called Dusks in Power, which you take 1,000 Sun School damage to yourself and gain a Shadow Pip. And the spell also didn't cost any pips, but it cost a Fire Arc Mastery, a Myth Arc Mastery, and a Life Arc Mastery, which are the 3 schools that comprise the Sun School. It was a Sun School spell. You cast it, you need those 3 pips Arc Mastery, you take 1,000 Sun School damage, and you gain a Shadow Pip. And then paired with that in the boots was Dark Blessing, which sort of combines in power and minor blessing. It costs 1 Shadow Pip, and when you cast it, it will heal the target for, I think 120 health, and it would give them 1 Power Pip and 1 Normal Pip. That's how that would work. And then the robes gave the peaks of the spells, in my opinion. It gave Spider's Shadow and Raven's Light. Spider's Shadow was a 2 Shadow Pip spell that was damage over time. Because I always felt like there wasn't a Shadow School damage over time, and I felt like it needed one. So I made this 2-pip AoE Shadow damage over time spell. And I visualized when you cast the spell, Grandfather Spider in his big spidery form that you see in Imperia shows up and just sort of shadows over the enemies. I really didn't think much past that's the creature you summon. So, shows my lack of foresight. But it cost 2 Shadow Pips, it was a Shadow School spell, and it did fairly decent damage over time to all enemies that were Shadow School. And then there was Raven's Light, which was a Sun School spell that cost 3 normal pips, 1 Fire Pip, 1 Life Pip, and 1 Myth Pip. And when cast, it was like an AoE version of old school Jin. So it dealt some moderate sun damage to all enemies and put a minus 90% accuracy on all of them. So, the whole idea is... And I have a much more fleshed out idea with that spell. Raven's Tree from Northgard pops out of the little combat circle in the center of the game, and Raven flies down and perches on it. Then she spreads her wings, and just glowing bright golden light starts to come off her until it just sort of fills the screen, and all of the enemies take some sun damage. That was the whole idea. But I also liked roughing up sketches of the house that would come in the bundle. I pictured the house would be sort of in... It would be in Chrysalis. It would be a house called sunset estate, called the Chrysalis Sunset Estate. It's sort of in an area of the game you don't really get to visit that's in Chrysalis. It's on the edge of the Starfall Sea and the Last Wood. It's this sort of burrower style manor that overlooks the sea. And in this particular version of it, the sun is setting over the Starfall Sea, so you see sunset. So it's on this cliff, and there's like a little ramp that leads down to a beach. And the manor is pretty cool. There's a tower that you can climb up, and beneath the, so nice little central house area, manor, little gardens, bordered by the Last Wood's signature tree stuff. Like the grass and the flowers that are way too big. So you go to... So I liked playing around with the idea of where the summoning circle was. Not the summoning circle, the combat sigil. So I liked to picture that the combat sigil for the house, you had to go into a cave system. So you had to take the cliff path down to the beach and go into a little cave system. And there in the cave system, little winding tunnels, not that maze-like, but in the center is a large PvP area. And down there, there's a lot of cobwebs and spidery, skimpering in the corner of your eyes things. And when you're there, half the time, so each day, randomly chosen, each day it is randomly chosen which one of two NPCs will show up there for you to claim your daily reward from. Half the time, there will be an Arachne Magus in the sort of caves beneath the estate where the combat sigil is. And the Arachne Magus would give you... he would give you Azoth. That's the daily reward from him. A small portion of Azoth. As well as, I was also thinking he would give... Yeah. Maybe some cantrips of some sort? And, the other half of the time, though, there would be a Lufulum perched at the top of the tower, who, and each of these respective people would have their own respective dialogue. The Lufulum would say, Grandmother Raven gifts you with a blessing, and the Arachne Magus would say, Grandfather Spider gifts you with a blessing. So you'd have that going on. A little Arachne Magus and such going on. And as for the house's doodlefish, I was thinking it had two. It have a Grandmother Raven doodlefish and a Grandfather Spider doodlefish. But you could only get the corresponding doodlefish on the day where the corresponding sort of minion who gives a daily reward is there. So that would, by extent, limit you in what you do when you can fish for it and such. It would be a universal across-the-board thing for so you couldn't just go to another house and hope that one had a different day. So, like, maybe KI would release a schedule or something, or people would figure out that there is a schedule. I was just thinking alternating days. And it's a really fun idea for a bundle. And I put a lot of work into sort of faking the, like, redeeming of the gear. And I think I will post that to Reddit. Post that gear to Reddit, because I put a lot of work into it, and I'd like to have some people appreciate it. Besides that, though, let's think. Is there any other big gear sets I've made in the past for Wiz? I was trying my hand at sort of developing if I could make a raid, but I gave up on that part way through. Oh, another gear set I made was... This one was fun. It was called the Enchanters... The Enchanting Bewitchment Bundle. And it wasn't really a bundle, it was more of a gear set. That I thought up, and the whole idea with that one was, what if, hear me out, Beguile was viable in PvE? So, a lot of the gear gave a Sun School version of the spell Beguile. You will see I like making Sun School versions of pre-existing spells, called Enchant, and it would have a mix of spells that could do something with the Beguile minion. Like, you know how you have Blade minion, and Shield minion, and Sacrifice minion spells? Like, this set of gear would have that, but only for a Beguiled person. So first you gotta hit them with the Beguile, then you can do all sorts of stuff. So it was a really sort of dark, twisted idea now that I think about it. For instance, one of the spells was you could force cast a Beguiled person to cast a intercept, so they'd take any damage you took for one turn. And some of it was you could steal pips from Beguiled minion, or you could sacrifice health from them, stuff like that. I was always constantly re-editing and balancing that, and of course the wand in that gear set was a bow with a little heart arrow that may cast Beguile. So you got hit with the wand hit from it, you might get Beguiled. It's how it be. I've done the same vein of may cast Beguiling and stuff like that. I made a wand based on purely on my Shadow character and the new naming convention they're coming up with in the Test Realm that is about new naming convention in Test Realm. Like, they made Orpheus a name, so I wanted to make an Orpheus-themed Shadow item. So I made the the Lyre of Shadow's Song. And what the Lyre of Shadow's Song did was it gave some basic Shadow wand hits. It gave a spell called Orphic Bargain. And Orphic Bargain was basically, you take a lot of damage to make someone who isn't you get an afterlife resurrect effect. I don't know how to make sure you don't use it on yourself. So that was a idea behind it. And then the spell also may cast Beguile, because Orpheus was known for being charming, and his music could charm even the earth to open, so may cast Beguile on the wand hit made sense. That's just sort of things I've been made for Wizard101. I think that here, I probably haven't been streaming for that long, but I'm getting a bit bored of it right now, and I'd rather not experience burnout when I'm just restarting streaming. I'd like to do this again tomorrow night, maybe? I'm not going to make any promises for when I'm going to stream again, but I promise I will continue this locomotion only run. So I'm going to leave you with a picture of our wonderful coward of a character next to Sergeant Muldoon. And that is where I'll leave you guys for tonight. Thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate you all, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye.